Hello, dear students. Today we are going to talk about diversity and cultural heritage. This is our second presentation and second e-lecture, and I will start the topic of cultural heritage and how is it linked to it. Diversity, what it means diversity in cultural heritage, how is it developed. Cultural heritage we can define as a set of material and non-material, spiritual and social results of creative work, the value of each nation and culture. It's very special. In every culture you can find a different set of these artifacts, of these creatures. And what more, it's a result of previous generations, and at the same time it's a part of current culture. It's passed also on the future generation. It's something from what comes from the past and what we deliver to the future generation. And usually it's a big question on what we consider to be cultural heritage, what we consider to be enough valuable to pass into the future. So very important is to see that it connects people within individuals. It's something what we feel as a sense of belonging, as a sense of our cultural identity, and also as part of our maybe ethnic, social or other minority groups, and it evokes a sense of belonging. As I mentioned, it means that it defines our identity. This is why cultural heritage is so important. Usually people are afraid of losing cultural heritage because this means that they are losing their identity, and this makes them very, very afraid of what's going to happen. But on the other side and opposite of this, it's a term diversity. So when we look at the conservation of cultural heritage and we look at the diversity of contemporary society, it's not easy to find a way of coexistence. Diversity means difference, means variety, means versatility and variability. It means that diversity, it means a plurality of forms of presentation of our own identities, not only to us, but also to other people. And this is a part of our lives and also cultures right now. We cannot be stuck in the past. We cannot be, well, of course we can, but we should not be just a person who does not want to accept the reality, of course, the global trends in the world. And we should care about cultural heritage. And this is a big question. So cultural diversity means the diversity of forms in which the cultures or groups and societies find their way of living. The speech is transmitted within and between groups and usually companies. It means that cultural diversity support the communication, intercultural communication, between or among different cultural groups that should get to learn more about each other. And there is also a convention on the protection and promotion of the diversity of cultural expressions in the EU. And this document or convention is dedicated especially to support of uniqueness, of what means cultural heritage in different countries, to support them, not to destroy. So cultural diversity understood by the EU is understood as a contribution to culture, as something what make it more more rich, more fruitful, and more more diverse in very ordinary words. So it has different levels. You cannot say that the EU supports cultural diversity in general, because it's question, as I told you right now, cultural diversity can be really a huge term, and it's also plurality of not only culture forms but also religious, linguistic, and it's not only about individual member states. In every member state there are some subcultures that are part of this culture. So this culture diversity covers everything from the very high level to very top, or to very low level, from the top to very low level. So when we talk about European cultural identity, it means that we should also care of diversity, because to protect cultural identity of one nation doesn't mean to not know about different cultures of different other groups we have never maybe met or take care about. So individual culture groups or societies should go or to be open to cooperation, dialogue, but also promoting diversity, because this makes us more tolerant and more open towards different I don't want to use not very polite words, so just to be more open to others and to be able to show who we are. So it means to show our identity. And back to the heritage. Cultural heritage is not only an evaluable heritage, but also a basic prerequisite for the ability of civilization to adapt to unforeseen changes in conditions. And this means that this ability to adapt to new conditions is something what make us more stronger than we maybe expect that we are. And this makes also nature of multiculturality in different nations, that as we see now, it's not easy to be open to diversity, because even we think that we are open to diversity, sometimes different habits and attitudes and different living conditions could make us feel not very confident and make doubts about multicultural society, and it may be a question to us how to learn this. I'm going to another topic, and it's a question of culture as part of economy. Because when we talk about diversity and about what we want to do with our cultural heritage, how we want to promote it, and how we want to be open to dialogue with other cultures, it means that people from abroad maybe would like to come to us and maybe would like to see, your culture heritage. And this is development of tourism, what increase the employment of population in the culture field. Right now, it's a very huge topic of culture and creative industries all around Europe. But it's linked with the market needs, what our market really needs in field of culture. It's about employing workers with the necessary skills and knowledge, and of course to meet the requirements of the final consumer. It means that maybe we would like to sell our heritage as a product, but we do not know how to do it, and we do not meet the expectation of future consumer. So this is also a question of diversity. If we are able to understand another point of view on our cultural heritage or on our cultural habits. And this is question to necessary intercultural competencies a person working in culture should have or should obtain or should learn, because first of all it's a language. You know that language is very important, and right now lingua franca, international language of communication, is English. Even it's not perfect as mine, but it's important to be able to understand each other. Back to the topic. Promotion of cultural heritage. It's promoted not only at the national level, but also at the European level, at, for example, Convention concerning the protection of the world culture and the natural heritage, Convention on the protection of the world intangible heritage, and of course, the EU tries to promote this cultural heritage at the global level, but also at local level. And some of programs are really good and quite successful. For example, it's Creative Europe promoting cross-border cooperation, Horizon 2020, Jana, Digital Library. It's a very huge project. And of course, it's a program scheme Europe for Citizens that contribute to the understanding of EU citizens. It's focused on history, diversity, urban support, because the EU support what are the topics that should help to understand each other better, because usually the main problem is that we do not understand each other. We do not understand the history, the different historical development, and not all the countries in the EU right now have had the same historical background. And this is linked with people, with their behavior, with their habits and attitudes towards others, to other people, to foreign people, and so on. I would like to also highlight a very good initiative. It's called European Heritage Label, and it's a label that gives you feeling that heritage at national or regional level is a part of European heritage. So the aim is to strengthen the sense of belonging to the European Union based on common values and heritage, while strengthening respect for national and regional diversity. It's granted to monuments and sites that cross the borders of one state. So you can see many examples, and many that maybe it's not so famous as UNESCO, but this initiative is very, very nice idea to support the local, maybe not so highly promoted monuments, buildings, and so on, and it really helps. I would like to also say something from the UNESCO platform, because they say that creativity draws on the roots of cultural traditions, but develops only in contact with other cultures. For this reason, heritage in all its form must be protected, valued, and sold to future generations as a testament to human experience and inspiration. Thus, nurturing creativity in all its diversity and establishing a genuine intercultural dialogue. I think it concentrated everything I wanted to tell you in this presentation, because it's not easy to talk about cultural heritage on one side and cultural diversity on the other hand. Cultural diversity can only be protected and promoted if human rights and fundamental freedoms are guaranteed, such as freedom of expression, information, and communication, as well as the possibility for individuals to choose cultural expression. I know that maybe it seems easy to promote your own culture identity, and maybe you have never been thinking about the links of between or among culture diversity, identity, and heritage. And me too, I'm a bit surprised about how I was not interested so much in my hometown and in my neighborhood. But right now, this is very nice that they are growing. Small local people, initiatives, or societies or associations are growing, and they try to take care of forgotten cultural heritage. And because they understand that if we lose such kind of cultural level and its cultural memory, we will never come back to it. I mean, like, if one day it's destroyed, it will never come back. It's lost forever. And diversity gives us opportunity to share our experiences from not only from past but also from present, and it gives us a very, very good not only opportunity but chance to work with what we have around and to build something new based on this. Once again, at the end of my lecture and presentation, I would like to ask you to read worksheet number 2 and to work with text, and of course to give me feedback on my email address. I will be very happy if you will be inspired by the text and also by this presentation, and I'm here to answer your questions. Thank you very much, and I'm very happy to see you again.